Hi, and welcome to Wrong Way! And apparently, Emotion wants to make the world's fastest electric unicycle with a free spin speed of 143 kilometers an hour. So, let me tell you more about that. Wrong Way! Alright, so a couple of days ago we got a new video on the Emotion Global channel showing a teaser of the Emotion V13 or Challenger motor. And I've already seen this one, but we're going to go through this video once again so we can sort of both react on what's happening there. And by the way, I also commented there. Comment has already 78 likes, so thanks for liking that comment. It would be kind of funny if the comment would get more likes than the video itself. Anyways, yeah, I guess let's get into it. Let's see what Emotion has in store for the fastest thing they ever made. All right. Challenger. They made a contest on the name, by the way. I think there were also some weird shenanigans with that. I also suggested the name, Prometheus. Now it's Challenger. Kind of reminds me of the Dodge or like the, the rocket spaceship. But I guess it's Challenger now. Probably everyone will still call it V13. And here we got the display. 91% battery and 123 volts. So probably it's 126 volt, just like the Kingsong S22, which means it's 28S. And then we see the speedo. Of course, the typical V12 display, really like that. And they chose to show average power. Like, why didn't they choose current power? They can switch that on the display. Also, video recorded at 1:15 a.m. Really busy. A little sag on the voltage. You can see a bit of the wheel. 143 kilometers an hour. And it keeps on going. It doesn't turn off. So I'll comment on that a bit later. We'll talk about, do we even need something like that? But first, let's focus on the video.
Today, we're going to share
we have Jeremy Wang
technologies and innovations on the motor of
with a very expensive voiceover.
As you know, Emotion has been cautious with high-speed EUC models during the past years. But this time,
I should probably have headphones, right? Let me get headphones.
We want to do something different.
All the audio is just on the right headphone.
Riding. We have fully considered the safety margin of each component.
I hope so, because I cut out twice on the V12 HD.
As the most powerful motor ever made for the EUC, Challenger's motor can achieve a lift-up speed by 140 kilometers per hour.
Now that's insanely fast, obviously, but at the same time, other than El Unicycle, who's going to need that? Do you need so much lift speed? Comment below.
Rated power by 4,500
so
watts.
The most powerful motor,
by
4,500 watts
max
nominal.
By 300 Nm.
Nm is, by the way, Newton meter.
The Challenger will conquer any hills with ease. Travel at any speed with promising safety margins.
Like the hills, it's gonna be a heavy wheel probably. I guess we'll have to see about that. By the way, I will be a bit of a salty grandpa in this video. So if you're like super hyped about it, maybe watch something else. I have just seen quite a bit of those UC premieres, and then different things happen in the meantime. So I try to be a bit cautious. I'm still hyped, like awesome new technology, exciting new stuff. But in the end, it has to work, and that is why the Veteran Sherman is still one of the best-selling UCs, because it sort of just works. Or the 16X, for example. We got some pictures of the motor, some designs, CAD. And here you can see the rim is a motorcycle rim, very nice. You can see it by the grooves there.
Like its predecessors, it's a hollow motor.
IPX6.
IPX6 waterproof level.
Nice, but hopefully the bearings will be alright.
Or dust getting inside.
Yeah. Cool. Again, same parameters, just in case you forgot.
To produce such an amount of power, the motor is much heavier than all of its counterparts.
And this is weird. They say that the motor is much heavier, and that's a bad thing. Like, if you look at e-bikes, if you look at motorcycles, heavier motors are worse because you have more weight, more unsprung weight, and then the weight will bounce around and it's just worse. It's worse for off-road riding. It's worse for you know, efficiency. I guess it's good that it's durable, but if there is a chance to choose a weight of a motor, get the lighter one.
It's in the market.
So here we have a picture of different EUCs, and the other EUC one is obviously the S22, 12 kilograms, pretty light actually. And then we have also the EUC2, which is obviously the RS motor or Master, whatever we have currently fitted with this motor in the Goat lineup. And it's 40.5 kilograms. So, and this new one, we don't know. It's kind of a bummer because they just presented the motor. So why not just at least add the weight? But when it comes to suspension, when it comes to ride characteristics, apart from like going at the same speed for a long time on a perfect road surface, you're better off having a lighter motor. I'd rather have those other EUC1 or other EUC2 motor, to be honest.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Not really sure how this heavy chunk of a beefcake 22-inch madness motor will behave on an EUC.
To allow the motor to get enough input current, we use 8 AW.
Okay, so here they have
which is double size of the toughest
bigger,
wiring in the current market. That can sustain 160 amps.
Bigger phase wires, that's pretty cool. Fun fact, Ryan scooters have them flat, so they have better heat dissipation. And 160 amps phase current, it's alright, pretty cool. We get up to 240, I believe, in other UCs in Darkness Bot and Big Goat wheels are veterans. But then again, those motherboards never really showed real phase amps. There's some trickery behind that, but I guess that's pretty cool. And 160 amps continuous, so for bursts it will be a lot more.
Was current. As many of our users like stunt riding, such a design can reduce the heat of the phase conductor by 75% during stunt riding.
Stunt riding. This wheel, I suppose, it will weigh like 60 kilograms. Stunt riding? Like the RS is still the king of a hill for stunt riding. It weighs 27 kilograms, something like that. Like maybe it will be some sort of like an insane product that you can, you know, throw on stairs up and down, and yes, it will be good for stunt riding, but I tried the Veteran Abrams. Even if it would have more torque, I'm not jumping this thing. Like, you can get hurt when jumping is such a heavy wheel. So not really sure about the target demographic here. I think it's more of a like street cruising wheel for long distances. I don't think anyone will jump this thing. I don't think there will be much stunts, except for maybe going downstairs.
Effectively preventing the damage of the phase conductor caused by high temperature of the motor.
That's still cool. That's good. Now we have some B-roll of the making of the motor. Fancy pants, nice. Slow motion. See what I did there?
With reinforced rim design, it can support vertical impact up to 20
So stronger rim.
kilograms.
It's awesome. Just good. Misaligned tire already in the factory. Did you see that? Let me show you again. So here it spins nice on the CAD, and here a bit of a misaligned tire.
To provide extra safety guarantee,
it's hard to prevent that.
Redundant hall sensor systems in case either one fails while riding. The other one.
It's very cool that they have two hall sensors. You know, redundancy is always great, but and at the same time, I think those motors at higher speeds at least can like go sensorless until they go down to like 10 or 5 kilometers an hour. There was also an update for the Veteran Abrams recently. So yes, I guess it's cool, but I don't think you'll be able to ride with just one of them working and the other just being dead. I guess it's more important to work on the software in this department, especially, you know, the hall sensors on the V12 HT I tested were all right. They said it's all right, and I cut out twice on it, going 30 kilometers an hour. So better work on your firmware instead of, I mean, most importantly, work on your firmware. Cool that there's redundant hall sensors. Not sure if it's needed, but I guess that's some innovation that might be cool. Here we have again the misaligned tire.
About the motor of Challenger, and cannot wait to try
just slightly.
Please stay tuned for more details as it hits on the market.
Climb hills with ease until you fry the wheel. All right, so I guess that's the video. Now I'm gonna give you some thoughts on that. First of all, I'm not sure if we really need that. And I guess that's something I say quite often when it comes to new wheels, but like I always think, what's the target? What are you going to achieve with this wheel? And with a wheel that goes probably 100 or 120 kilometers an hour, what's the point? Where are you going to ride this? I mean, especially in Europe, are you going to go on a highway on that? Are you going to go on a expressway? No, the police is going to go and take you out really quick. And I think that's also reasonable, because this is a product that doesn't have any reasonable third-party government or other sort of testing that ensures that if you go so fast, you'll be safe. So I guess it's cool to have headroom, and maybe you'll feel safer going 50 or 70, but how much headroom do you need? I feel like it's a lot of a product like the Rally Class B back in the day, where they were like so fast they banned them. They were just too dangerous. Everyone keep crashing and making accidents, and I feel that's where InMotion is going here. And I'm really surprised, because InMotion always seemed to be the hold back and kind of safe it company until the V12 anyways. But I'm not really sure if that's what we need. Like for me as a rider that already rides 2-3 years, let me know in the comments what you think about it. The most important thing would be quick charging, and I mean quick, like 1 to 2 hours, maybe like a stock charger like that. More range, like the Veteran Sherman Max or even more. People keep making records, and the bottleneck is now range of the wheel and charging. And recently Damian, a Polish rider, check him out, he made 1,000 kilometers in like 50 hours. Crazy. Congratulations on that. But those people don't ride 100 kilometers or even 60, even 70 kilometers an hour during those rides. You need more efficiency, and for more efficiency you need to be slower. So unless this thing will have like a, I don't know, 5,000 watt-hour battery, you won't get like much more range. And I think, as I saw in some rumors before, it would have like 3,000 watt-hours. And this is going to be very short range, especially with the weight of the motor. The weight of the motor will drain your battery, especially when accelerating. So I don't really know. What I would wish for would be like a smaller suspension wheel, maybe with more range, like the V12 with suspension maybe, or like a V10 with suspension even. Like there's so many wheels, the V8, V10, I mean they get small updates, but there's no major refresh. And in most cases, if you want to just have something from point A to B for like most people, not like crazy riders, super speed and stuff, like a Kingsong 16X or 18XL is still like pretty much king of the hill. Now, because of safety, I mean, there's also big goat wheels, but if you want safety, you don't get a big goat wheel or good quality. I know some stuff is also happening with the Kingsong wheels. They're not perfect, but at least there isn't so many fires reported as with the big goat wheels. And with InMotion, and there are recent problems with firmware on the V11, on the V12 and cutouts, I would say it would be just great if you make those right first, With such high speeds and such high performance, like at some, random person picks this up, goes 100 kilometers an hour. That's like, I mean, it's not as dangerous as a car, but what I would rather like to see is, just a Veteran Sherman equivalent. More range maybe, more torque, because I don't think you're gonna have much torque with such a big motor and so much weight. But I guess we're going to see. I'm still very excited. Super cool that InMotion makes like a bigger wheel, and I think we'll also have suspension. I guess we're going to stay tuned to what's going to happen next. But for me, the biggest thing, like the nicest thing that could happen is to have a, first of all, high quality wheel that doesn't break, a safe wheel, and good with waterproofing, with good parts, good bearings, robust suspension. Just make it work. Have more range and have tons of torque, because torque is what's best for the whole demographic of riders. For heavier riders, for lighter riders, it makes the wheel go easier, smoother, and yeah. And The question is also if the wheel is going to be, you know, like the Master, which actually has more torque and more speed with the higher voltage, or something like the S20, which has like not that much torque, at least in my my understanding, compared to other high torque wheels. So I guess we're gonna see. Maybe I was a bit of a salty grandpa, but I've lived through a couple of those presentations for now. So let me know what you think about the Emotion V13 Challenger in the comments. And if you're still here, leave a like on the video. Subscribe to see more content like this. This is it's raining strongly outside. And I'll see you in the next video. See you soon.